welcome back to Code with me for Chapter 7. In this video, we'll be covering subsections, specifically activities 9 through 12. We're still working with the game arena file that we've worked with before in the previous video, and we're going to be dividing the items up into subsections, specifically articles and sections, and identifying different areas with address and block quotes. First thing is, we're going to be modifying the information to specify the information that's actually here in an article tag, specifically details about the game I Am Cat. Basically what we're doing is we're actually wrapping the I Am Cat information in an article tag because by itself it can survive as an article. It can be published elsewhere, has a lot of relevant information, and the information provided can be taken from the context of the article instead of needing supporting documents. So what we're doing is we're actually clicking in the blank line above the opening H3. In this case, I am cat H3. Opening a line right here. We're wrapping this in an article tag. Okay, tap tag to align the cursor, closing header. Open the H3 tag, type article. Click the blank line after line 33, closing P tag. Right here, right before the comments. And we're going to be closing that article tag. The reason why we're closing it here is because the comments are not relevant to the article. They are relevant to the article itself, but the article is not dependent on the comments. So the article about I Am Cat can survive on its own. We're just tabbing everything over because we're good developers. We can see where article starts and article ends, and that way we are good to go. All right, next we are clicking to the right of the closing H2 after game tips. Game tips right here. Game tips in the A side, and this is still information about the article. Article, I am cat. Click at the blank line after the line 56 closing UL. Right here, we're closing the article right before the A side is done to include all that by itself, tapping it over so we can see where the article starts and the article ends, and we're good. Okay, we tapped it over, we're good. All right, so that is everything for activity 7-9. Again, if you save, you refresh, visually there is no difference. All right, activity 7-10. Click to the right of the closing of the article tag, line 33. In this case, ours is line 35, off by 2, not that bad. And we're going to be creating a section. Hey, look, we're actually wrapping the comments in something. Section, there we go. Click to the right of Maria Larson's comment on line 46, right here. Wrapping that in a section. Tabbing everything over because we are good developers. Seeing where section starts and section ends. And save. Good. Again, save, refresh. Visually, there is no difference. We'll validate it in just a minute. Okay, click to the left of the word questions for activity 7-11. 7-11, right of the word questions. I'm sorry, left of the word questions, and type address. If you notice, our footer information is a little different than our previous file. In our previous file, we had all this in a P tag with a line break. In this file, we actually have the all reviews and opinions are in a paragraph tag, and the information below was not in a tag, so we are adding the address tag. Click to the right of the closing of the anchor tag and close the address. Again, an email address is technically an address, so that way we can wrap it in an address tag. Although the rest of the information, such as questions, email us at, technically aren't part of the address, it does semantically tell you that an address is located in this text. Again, you cannot put an address tag inside of a paragraph, so you basically make it replace the paragraph tag that you would usually use to display that information. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is we're going to be adding block quotes around the client quotes. Pretty simple, right? So we're going to go here. If you notice, these items aren't wrapped in anything, so we're going to be wrapping these in block quotes. Block quote. Now before I do the last one, I want you to pay attention to this. I'm going to save, I'm going to refresh, and pay attention to these two quotes right here, because block quote does actually have some built-in pre-formatting. Block quote spaces things over from the primary aspect of the contents and adds a bit of padding around it, just like a standard paragraph tag, but in this case it spaces it away from the left side of the document. Whereas the Maria Larson one does not have block quote, so it's actually on the left. So let's go ahead and add block quote around that. Block quote, save, refresh, and now you see it is bumped over from the left. Okay, so that is everything. We'll be modifying a lot of these things later with CSS, but right now this should give you a good idea about how different sections can be broken up. In the next video, we'll be talking about activity 7.13, dealing with non-semantic wrappers. So if you have any questions, please send me an email or hit me up on Twitter, and I'll answer every question I get.